The beautiful Alicia Fox.
Spoke to you and said this, Bob, but my name's Billy. It doesn't matter what your name is.
Loaded up with alcohol, more specifically vodka, whiskey, beer, tequila, more beer, more vodka, more whiskey, and more beer.
He's gonna puke! He's gonna puke! He's gonna puke! He's gonna puke!
3 ain't enough now, I need 5. Welcome in Jim, Ryan, Matt, Tim, and intern Mark.
And after tonight, none of you in this ring will ever be the same again.
Oh my goodness, what do we do? There's a 1, there's a 2. Oh!
Wow, indeed. Welcome to 3 Count Thursday, live here on our Facebook page. It is Thursday, September the 19th, 2019. We're the podcast of the millennium. This week we have tons to talk about, including War Has Begun, and we're down to 2 people. But first, our show is brought to you by Alicia's Pillows and Things on NGSC Sports. If you're decorating your home, you want it to reflect your tastes and your likes, so why not add decor that reflects your sports, movie, and TV fandom? Alicia's Pillows and Things is your hookup. They feature pillows of all sizes, stools, and more with your favorite teams or characters. Log on to ngscsports.com, find the Alicia's Pillows and Things tab on the homepage, and place your order. Ryan, how we doing? Oh, now try again.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Look at this. We're doing it.
We are doing it.
We're doing it.
Just us.
This is a throwback.
A little bit of a throwback for us.
It's been a
I
bit.
feel like I'm popping all over the place.
That's good for a microphone.
Well, that's actually, I mean, it's not going to harm it, but
I'm not going to harm you.
it's just not great. Welcome into to Devin, to Scotty. How you doing, guys?
Hey. There's the foosball one tonight, right?
Yeah,
I couldn't even tell you who's playing.
The Jaguars and the Titans.
The Jaguars.
And Gunther Minshew? Gunnar Minshew?
Oh, that's the dude.
Gardner Minshew?
With like the bandana and shit.
Yeah, and the moustache, the moustache to end all moustaches. What the hell was
Thanks
that?
for asking me.
Oh, Alexa's
and now
on.
if you'd like to keep the fun going, try asking
Alexa,
me to sing
stop.
a song.
I was like, who the hell's talking
I was
to him?
wondering what that was too. Alexa, play Dicker Dicker. It just shuts
Here's
off.
a station for you based on the song Dicker Dicker Do. Droka Mitchell's by
Oh,
Silko
Alexa,
Stevo
stop.
on Amazon Music.
Alexa, stop. Do I have Amazon Music? I don't even know.
you almost found
I'm probably
out.
getting billed for
For help
something.
with that question,
Alexa,
go to the
stop.
help and
Jeez. Alexa, stop.
Oh, here we go, folks.
This is the beginning of the Terminator, right here.
This is it. This is how it happens.
This is how.
Alexa transforms and we're done.
And we're gone. Scotty, Devin, welcome in, guys.
Oh, sorry. This one's not good.
This is.
We're gonna mail this one in, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. You can just go watch football.
A little bit of the bubbly.
No, don't. We got the bubbly.
Well, Scotty told her to play it, so I am not her, but
You're close though.
close enough.
You guys have the same features.
What? No human emotion and limited vocabulary.
And round.
Well, how do you explain the Amazon show or whatever? That one's a screen.
What Amazon show? Oh, that one.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah,
have.
that's a
I don't
fair-
have that one.
I was like, what show?
We have the round ones here.
Is the Amazon show on Netflix? What's going on?
Oh, that's adorable.
It's the never-ending story. I thought that's what you meant.
That's all. This is the best it's going to be tonight, folks. Because obviously Tim's not here. He's got work stuff.
And he keeps us honest, so
Real life work stuff, not like fun wrestling podcasty work stuff. So I feel bad for him tonight. Matt not with us. Intern Mark still mourning the end of Hershey Park season,
Hershey Park.
and he's not going to be able to make it. I believe I saw to the Solanco Fair this year.
No.
So it's been a pretty rough couple of weeks.
I wonder if we can get Mark to call in just to talk out his feelings, just for a couple minutes.
Maybe. I mean, I guess it's
We'll
possible.
see.
Yeah, we'll reach out to
Yeah.
him.
You okay, fam?
Need to who's pay Tim? We'll give Tim a 10% pay increase from what we paid him last year.
Ding.
How about that? I think that'll be enough to keep him here, to get him back here.
Mark says he's okay, so he's a little upset. He said he's going to call in for a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lou, how's it going, buddy? Lou's joining us here as well. If you're following along with us
Is
on
the number on the top?
Yeah, tell him to use the one on the right. Is he going to call now?
I don't know.
Tell him to give us a warning before he calls. That would be.
All right, I'm going to send him the number. Dude, this is exciting. Now we're going to get intern Mark in here. This never happens.
Yeah, this is definitely a rarity. So I'm going to get the.
We can talk about Haas's Steak and Sea House.
You went there yesterday, didn't you?
I did.
Tasty?
I also went there Tuesday.
You went there 2 days yesterday. Wait, no, yesterday was Wednesday.
Thursday. It's 3 Count Thursday.
Jesus,
Haas.
oh my God, that's the kind of week that it's been. Let's talk about a little independent wrestling coming up this weekend. We have 6 shows, 5 in our general region, 1 a company that we support.
Yowie wowie.
Shows starting. Hold the phone. Hold the phone.
Was that quick?
I think.
Oh no.
Let's go to is intern Mark. Is that you?
Mark here.
How's
What's going on, Big Jim and Smokey?
Oh my goodness,
Mark, how are you?
Mark, we haven't heard from you in so long.
I know it's been a long time. I got to come down to the studio. You guys still at the same place you were last time I was there?
Studio L, yes sir.
Yeah, we're at Studio L.
Studio L. It's been a long time. I was just thinking, now that things are winding down here, I got to make time to come and see my boys.
Yes, you do. We know that it's been a rough couple of weeks for you, intern Mark.
That's really what we want to talk about. Like, how are you now that Hershey Park is closed?
Well,
I mean, it's closed. There's not even weekend activity now, is there?
There's still weekend activity
There
until
is.
the 30th.
Okay.
Or the end of the month, but I'm doing okay. You know what's getting me through right now is it's fair season here locally.
It is fair season
with the fairs.
So last week was the
Denver
Fair. This coming week is Solanco, I believe.
Correct. Yes, Solanco's going on right now.
Okay. Now, were you able to make it to Solanco?
No, I didn't make it to Solanco yet, but I might swing by tomorrow.
Oh,
you know, it's quite a hike from the Hottenstein Estates here.
Now, that's
but
not like a great fair, is it?
You know what? I don't want to offend anybody in Solanco area, but it's more agricultural, and it's a lot of boots and flannel shirts and not a lot of rides, and there's some food, but very few games. There's a tractor pull.
Not your favorite fair.
It's not my favorite fair, and that's Solanco's a great place.
Beautiful this time of year.
County.
So you would say the Solanco Fair would probably be closer in line to like a farm show.
Yeah, it's similar to a farm show.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So now, what comes up next week? What's the next?
Oh, that's the big one, Jim.
Is that the?
It is a big one.
That's the big one. Well, that's
the big one. It's the Ephrata Fair.
It's the Ephrata Fair.
Oh,
that's the big one.
We have some friends over there in Ephrata that are not looking forward to the traffic.
Get those fried cheeseburgers.
That is ready to take on downtown, beautiful downtown Ephrata. Though.
Beautiful this time of year.
Beautiful.
And the weather is looking pretty good.
They stop all the heroin sales for a week. And the fair comes.
That's really nice of them to do that.
It's so nice that they come together as a community. You can win fruit baskets, and they have the candy game there, Mark. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, they do. The candy game's a good one. That's a lot of fun. You can win a nice big box of candy.
You can win
your
boxes
favorite
of candy.
But they have it all there.
Wow.
They got the dime pitch, of course, is a favorite.
Oh, that's
there's part of me that just wants to get a room at the old, I believe it's a Hampton Inn at the
right there.
at the top of Main Street there in Ephrata, just for the parking for the Ephrata Fair.
It's smart to do that if you eat at the Applebee's there, because you won't make it home.
Right.
Yeah, there's an Applebee's right there. They got the bar. It's nice. And if you go there on Friday night, you can almost walk down to the Green Dragon Farmers Market. It's not too far away.
It's really not.
It's not too far. Get an Uber or a Lyft and just get right out there. But yeah, Mark, when does the Hershey Park, is it Hershey Park in the Dark now? Don't they do the Halloween thing? Is that now?
Yeah, the Halloween thing is not until October. It does 3 weekends in mid-October, and actually sometimes it even falls into the first weekend in November.
Oh wow, okay.
That'll be nice. That's coming up.
And then when does the Candy Lane? That starts, I would assume, mid-November probably?
That is absolutely right. Yeah,
stuff.
that starts in mid-November, which is great. Candy Lane is my favorite, but it's really cold sometimes here because it's winter time here
Thought I turned that off.
in Central PA.
But
it's my most favorite. There's everything. They have peppermint hot chocolate. They have the Christmas lights are going on, and they do the little Christmas shows, and it's a lot of fun.
I might, it's been a long time. Actually, probably the last time I was at Candy Lane, if I really think about it, was prior to December 1995 in your house.
Yeah. It's great for kids, though. They have, like, reindeer there and everything. Like, it's a great kids' activity.
They have reindeer there?
Yeah, like real live reindeer.
Yeah, reindeer. Wow. Real reindeer, live reindeer.
And that's. I mean, I know Hershey Park can be a bit of a racket to get in there, but Candy Lane's not too expensive. Is it $20-$25 maybe?
Yeah, I think it's $20. $20.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Lane.
I feel like you guys are vastly underpricing this. I feel like it's $30, $35.
I'm going to look it up. I'm going to look up Candy Lane prices. But Mark, we have been worried about you because you're usually the more chipper of the group. You are more.
Let me ask you this: how is Roots been? He goes to Roots every Tuesday. You've set some sort of records.
Tuesday.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, 1 day ticket, $23.95.
That's if you buy it now, right?
If you buy it now, which I'm sure there's probably going to be discounts
around.
underneath
of it?
$30.95.
I was still thinking higher than that. So
and then 2 day tickets are $21 per day. 3 day tickets are $17.34 per
you can
day.
Just stay up in Hershey and take it in 3 days in a row.
Yeah,
3 days in a row.
Wow. Okay.
Now you're talking.
Now, Mark, as a season ticket holder, that's free to you, correct?
That is correct. Yes, the season pass for Hershey Park gives you access from January 1st, and then it's closed until spring. But then you have springtime in the park. You have the regular season. You get Halloween. You get Christmas. You're good from January 1st all the way up to the 31st of December.
Oh, wow. That's quite a deal.
That includes parking.
Now
free parking.
Well, let's talk about some other areas that you've been real quick. We don't want to keep you too long. We know you're busy with other intern duties. Hosses. Have you been to the Hosses lately?
I was there last Tuesday. I was there. They had I went on Tuesday because Tuesday's chili day.
It is chili day.
And the chili was pretty tasty, but the corn muffins were a little well done.
They were overcooked.
I like my corn muffins just maybe even slightly undercooked.
We Jim, I must have missed intern Mark. We were probably there at the same time.
We were sitting there in the same restaurant on different sides.
Just on different sides of the Hosses.
In Linnets.
I mean, it's a fairly big restaurant. So
you had Gwen. I had Maddie, who Maddie's a great server. Don't get me wrong.
Maddie is a great server, but she's no Gwen.
Gwen is she's like she's classic. She's a classic. She's like part of Hosses anymore.
Right. I mean, I think my favorite waitress though that we've ever experienced would have to be Judy.
The winner, Andy Weinberg, checks in, says Bowser rules.
Oh, there we go. There's somebody that's been to the Hershey Park and is a big fan of Bowser, that old codger from that movie. From the TV show.
Bowser. Boy, we had a great time out there watching Bowser. I ran into the winner, Andy Weinberg, at Hershey.
What a small Hershey Park that is. That's unbelievable.
Bowser
That's
brought his rock and roll party to the Hershey Park.
Now what
2 weeks ago.
What retirement age people did Bowser bring?
He brought in the Chiffons, and she, oh my gosh, she's probably 70.
The Chiffons.
The lead singer. The Chiffons.
Now, when she sang, did like dust fly out of her mouth, or is that?
Jeez, Ryan.
She actually, I can't think of her name, the lead singer from the Chiffons, but she was pretty good.
Okay, all right.
Pretty good.
Nobody can think of it. You're not alone.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, even, and this is no offense towards Bowser and his rock and roll party, but I'm pretty sure most of the clientele that are viewing us here tonight, and we welcome in everyone, probably has no idea who.
I have never heard of the Chiffons.
You're talking about. I've heard of Bowser because he was in the Mario game.
I have heard of Bowser from the Adam Sandler Hanukkah song.
Hanukkah song.
Bowser from Shana Na.
Hi, Nikki.
That's where Bowser came in. But he does the arm thing, right, Mark? The thing.
Yeah, he does. He's got that deep.
That's the noise he makes. Make the noise, Mark. How does he do the arm thing?
He does that song by it was by the Spaniels originally called "Good Night, Sweetheart," and Bowser does that. They say
look
"Good night,
up
sweetheart."
Shana
It's time
Na.
for us to go.
Searching Bowser noise.
There it is. Yeah, Bowser.
Is this one
No, no,
Na?
that's not it. Look up Shana Na.
Bowser
Good
from
night,
Shana Na.
sweetheart.
He was the greaser guy. His hair's greased back, and he had I think his shirt was typically white, and the sleeves are cut
the
off.
show closer.
This one here?
Yeah.
And he would take his right arm and kind of make a muscle and open his mouth with it. For 50 years, he made a living doing that. God bless America.
Now he does the arm thing, and his arm fat flaps down to his knee because
Ryan.
He's an old guy. It looks like he hasn't watched that.
A little bit.
Fast forward through all this shit.
He's changed over the years a little. And now there's a new meaning to rock and roll.
You're going too far. You got to back it up, Jim.
Oh, here we go.
There it is.
He has like the deep voice.
It is.
He's got a great voice.
There it is.
And then back in, I think it was the early 80s, they had a little variety show kind of thing called Shana Na.
Oh, there he goes. There he goes with the arms. I had to turn the volume down. They didn't want our video getting.
We got muted last week.
We got
again,
muted
right?
last week. I think it was the.
We got muted real hard 2 weeks ago with "I Will Always Love You."
I will always love you. I think we did let that play out a little long.
Yeah, we did. That was about Excellence leaving.
See, that's where you have to go to patreon.com/3count Thursday.
We play all.
You have to go to our collar and elbow brand deal, promo code 3count, collar and elbow brand. You got to go to whatamaneuver.net, buy our merchandise so we can actually pay for these rights fees and not get our videos muted.
Right? Well, I don't think we're going to be able to afford the right fees to Whitney Houston songs.
Well, probably not. But you know what? Now, Mark.
See, that's it.
Mark, it has been far too long since we've seen you, my friend.
You know what? I'm going to look at the calendar and see what I can come in there. Now, you guys, are you only open on Thursday nights that I can come in, or is there another night of the week?
We have a show called 3count Thursday, so we're usually here on Thursdays.
We are here on Thursdays. Sometimes the occasional Sunday of a WWE pay-per-view, but if nothing else, maybe we'll have to make a diner trip or something. Ooh. We need to see you, intern Mark.
I'm up for a diner trip this Saturday.
I got a lot to say.
All right.
I got a few gifts to bring. I got a few things I think will look great in the 3count studio.
Oh, that's exciting. I love presents.
Decorating
I love decorating. I love presents. So, Mark, take care of yourself. Enjoy the last few weekends of Hershey Park, and get ready for your candy or Hershey Park in the Dark.
Park in the Dark's coming up, and I'll tell you what, it's going to be a rough few when Hershey's closed. I don't know what I'm going to do.
It is. It's going to be tough, bud. But hey,
you hang in there.
You hang in there, Mark. We'll talk to you soon, my friend. And all
right, sounds great. I miss you.
And we miss you too, intern Mark. So wow, an intern Mark joining us here.
There he went.
That's I wasn't expecting.
Oh, hi, Mark.
I was not expecting that. So that's a pleasant.
Yeah,
it's a pleasant.
I was expecting it. I texted him the number. Said, "Hey, call in."
Well, I mean, I wasn't expecting it before we came on the air. Once you started texting him, then yes, I did expect it.
Right. And he interrupted our indie rundown. What a jerk.
He did interrupt our indie rundown, but
you know what? We're never having one again. Mark is off the show.
Mark,
indefinitely.
never again
He could still be our intern, though.
He can still be our intern. We still won't pay him because I don't think interns get paid, right?
Do any of us get paid?
Not really. I didn't think so. Yes, Charlie, we are NXT. We're going to talk about that here in a minute. But
What's Charlie even talking about?
Let's do revisit and go over this indie calendar starting tomorrow night in Joppa, Maryland. Is MCW and Future of Honor presenting Honor Games at the MCW Arena. Bell is at 6:30 p.m. Bell's at 8. Doors at 6:30.
That's how it works.
You usually don't want to do the bell before the doors,
have an
right?
hour and a half of empty arena matches, and then they're going to open the door at 8.
And then you'll get the main event.
Right. So doors at 6:30.
Doors at
Bells
6:30.
We don't want to mess anybody up.
Bells at 8. Yes.
There was no empty arena taping before.
No empty arena match. Well, there might be. I don't know.
We don't know.
But
you won't either if it's before 6.
Right. And yes, 100%.
If you guys have not been down to Joppa, Maryland, especially if you're from the central Pennsylvania region, not a bad drive at all. Don't let it being in another state fool you and think it's a long ass drive. It's less than an hour and a half. York, you just shoot straight down. Was it that road?
83?
I don't know.
Yes.
95.
81 goes up.
95.
83 go down.
Whatever it is, but you straight down. It's right off the exit. Maybe 5 miles. It is a great drive. It's an awesome place. Check out MCW.
Then we got Adrenaline Wrestling's their 10th anniversary show. That is tomorrow night at the American Legion Post 109 in Halethorpe, Maryland. Doors are at 7. Bell time is at 8.
I couldn't tell you how to get to Halethorpe, Maryland. I've never been there.
No, I've never heard of Halethorpe, Maryland.
That is also true.
And then
it is like a harder frozen rain Thorpe of Maryland.
So going back to our pre-show, post-show, which if you go to patreon.com/3count Thursday, actually this wasn't even on the pre-show. There's some dispute of what my
we were talking about what your class
song was. It was either something
there's a dispute going on now.
Yeah, it's because I asked people within my class. I thought it was a Springsteen song.
So did I.
My friend Brandon thought it was a Springsteen song. My friend Chris thought it was Forever Young.
Forever Young
by Rod Stewart.
Oh, okay.
Which I don't think it was though. But I truly. I mean, it's been
maybe it was
16
a remake
years.
of Forever Young. Oh no, that would have been out by then.
Yeah, no.
16 years, Jim. Have you ever stop and think about that?
I don't like to.
We're getting really old.
I don't like to. I really don't like to.
I don't like this at all.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
It doesn't feel good.
I don't like it. All right. Let's move to Saturday. Adrenaline Wrestling presents Gold Rush at the Hanover Armory in Hanover, PA. Doors at 7-6. Jesus Christ.
Hey.
This is not a good night. Doors at 6.
6.
Bell at 7.
Bing, bing, bing.
Then GCW's NG14, that is the Nick Gage Invitational, is Saturday in the Summit Park District Building in Summit Park, Illinois.
That is the NGI-4.
NGI-4, yeah. It's going to be a
not
long
14,
night.
NGI-4.
It's going to be a long night.
So this is the 4th Nick Gage Invitational, NGI.
Not the 14th NG.
It's not the 4th NG. It's the 4th NGI,
yes.
not the 14th NG.
Yes, very good.
I just don't want you to upset Nick Gage. He'll come in here and smash some light tubes over your head or some shit.
I do not want that either.
Not going to happen tonight.
No,
not
and then
on
I'll
my
have to
watch,
go
Jim.
on... never mind.
I've got you covered.
8 p.m. If you're in Summit Park, Illinois, you can check that show out. If not, Fight TV is the place to go
and
there.
Summit Park is beautiful this time of year.
Have you been to Summit Park?
I have.
You have?
It's near Chicago.
It's in it. Well, just because it's in Illinois?
I don't know.
Then we got PPW up in Hazleton. It is their 6th anniversary show. That is at the Holy Family Academy in Hazleton, PA. Great venue, great place to check out a wrestling show. Again, easy drive from Central PA.
Straight up the other road.
Straight up 81. Not far off of 81. And Hazleton should be pretty nice this time of year.
I actually would believe
it was
this
fucking frigid when I was there.
Oh, when we were up there in January, it was like frozen.
It was.
And we're big boys.
And
so
it was depressing.
We wore shorts because we knew it was indoors and we didn't want to get hot. And then we froze our asses off.
It was depressingly cold.
It was brutal cold.
Like it felt like you would think like just cold would look.
It would be like it was my form of hell. Like if hell is warm
and it was windy
and hot,
as
I'd
shit.
be
I think
fine
that
with,
was
like,
the problem.
a hot location for like
Yeah.
purgatory or whatever, but I don't do cold very well, and it was very cold. However, Hazleton, I would believe this month, next month, the ride up 81 through the mountains as like the leaves are changing would make for a legitimate beautiful ride.
Oh, should absolutely be beautiful.
While you're up there, you know what? Make a day of it. Why don't you scoop out and like go up to like Knoebels? I don't know if they're open. Don't listen to me. Just go to PPW.
I think Knoebels is still open on the weekends.
I don't know. I think they might be closed. They do like a
Halloween thing.
They do a Halloween thing. Have you ever been up there for the Halloween thing?
I have not.
They take their like little gas powered antique cars and they like haunt that through like the Phoenix roller. Like, have you ever been on the like?
Well, yeah, the little antique cars.
So they have like it's like corny haunted like the haunted house is.
Oh, nice.
And like you go
I
at
never
night
knew
with
that.
like black
Yeah.
lights and everything.
Well, now I
Yeah.
got to go up there for that one of these years.
I just want to go up there and like run one of those cabins and like just have a campfire.
Dude, that sounds like
A
fun.
3-count Thursday out.
Actually sounds like a great idea for next year. Put it on the books. But that show is doors at 5. Bell time is at 7 p.m. in Hazleton, and then Ryan.
They've got the big meet and greet.
Big meet and greet now.
They've got some big
Obviously, no
stars up there.
Kaz XL.
No Kaz XL.
Obviously, dealing with some personal issues there.
And I hope he gets what he needs.
Yes, absolutely.
All jokes aside.
Enzo will still be there. A great cast of characters for this show, and the superstars of PPW. Always a good time. So make sure you check them out. If you want to stay in Central PA and in South Central PA,
Which I think you should do.
head over to Stevens, Pennsylvania, the Stevens Fire Hall. It's ACW and Rogue Women Warriors presenting Absolution. That is doors at 6 p.m. Bell time 6:30 p.m. Ryan, since you're going to be on the call and I apparently can't talk, tell people a little bit what they need to know is going to be going down in Stevens this weekend.
Yeah, that's a great option for me to do, Jim, and I appreciate that. Right, this Saturday, Jim had said door 6, bell time 6:30. Atomic Championship Wrestling and Rogue Women Warriors under the same umbrella will present to you Absolution. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think we have 10 matches.
10,
maybe more lined up for you. That's going to be
a fucking
busy,
10.
A fucking 10.
Fucking 10.
10. A great setup of matches here. I'm just going to run over all of them. Making their return to Atomic Championship Wrestling. These guys are not placed in a match yet, so I don't know where these guys will shake out. Victor Benjamin, a former Atomic Championship Wrestling heavyweight champion, returns, as well as the returning BJ Walker. Heyo from York. Let's see what shenanigans BJ could get himself into. Jim, we have Jack Hershey, and he is defending his Cruiserweight Championship against Bones in the dreaded 2 out of 3 falls match. There's going to be 3 falls to a finish. Hopefully, these guys have been at each other for a while. They get some resolution coming from this at Absolution.
So the resolution at Absolution.
Something along those lines.
That's a lot of lutions.
Jim, I'm excited to let you know that Midget Action is returning to Atomic Championship Wrestling.
Of course it is.
As Jay Savage is taking on Mr. Chow. He's from Bangkok.
Naturally.
Amanda Rodriguez is making her Rogue Women Warriors debut. She's taking on that 90s chick, Erica Lee. Huge Erica Lee fan. Love what I've seen from her. Amanda Rodriguez, you've probably seen her in Shimmer. If not,
I believe
it's
so, yeah.
exciting to see her make her debut. The Rogue champion Tess Valentine is taking on the returning Lady Frost. Haven't seen her in a couple months, so excited to see Miss Frost.
Yes.
Back in. She's from the Babington Estates in the Ice Palace.
No offense to her. Too early for Frost.
It is a little too early.
Too early for Frost.
Yes, little too early for Frost. Casey Catal is taking on Casey Dillon in the Battle of the Caseys. Spelled differently, though.
Let me get one. Casey Dillon is Kaci.
That is correct, Jim.
And Casey Catal is Kasey.
That is, Jim. You have hit a home run here tonight with your spelling. Look at you.
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good at the spelling
Pretty
thing.
good at what I'm doing
Not
here.
good at talking, but I am good at spelling.
That's fine. And to round out the Rogue roster matches, Lana Lennox is taking on the returning Vanity, the OG doll. We haven't seen her.
The OG doll. We have not seen or heard from her in a long time.
A long time right here in the Central PA. We've seen her a lot, and we've seen her at Atomic. We've seen her before at PWE.
Yes.
So excited to see her return. Gory is making his way back into Stevens this Saturday night. He is taking on the punk rock queen, Jamie Senegal.
Ooh, okay, all right.
Because
yes,
that's how it works.
Gotcha.
It's KWEEN in case you're keeping track.
Yes.
The ACW Tri-State Championship is on the line as Scotty Jeffrey defends against Saren Faust, who's a freaking weirdo. This guy's a weird fella.
Who? Scotty Jeffries?
No, Scotty Jeffries is Scotty Jeffrey.
Well,
Saren Faust. There's some screws loose. The elevator just barely goes up the shaft anymore.
So it doesn't go to the top floor.
It doesn't. It's out of order. But people still try it and they get stuck on it. Also battling Frankie Malibu.
So it's a three-way.
It's a three-way, Jim. God, your math is solid tonight.
Dude, I'm good.
Damn it.
I am awesome.
Math and spelling. Look at you.
Oh, my.
Whistly Jackanor, who just returned. The extraordinary Whistly Jackanor. He's taking on Stockade, the veteran. So this is kind of a veteran versus rookie sort of match that by the looks of things, Jackanor is probably well outmatched by a stronger, bigger, more experienced Stockade. But it's going to be a hell of a test for young Whistly this night.
Yeah, good luck.
And then to cap things off, and it's frustrating for me to even talk about this, the way that everything has gone down in Atomic Championship Wrestling lately. But Dame Smith, who I thought was a great talent, a great athlete,
right? Sure,
well respected. In Stevens in the locker room, turned his back on everybody last month and aligned himself with Twisted Tate.
Come on.
It's just I can't even begin to understand why he would do something like this.
Can't even.
When they attacked my broadcast partner, James Frazier.
Other James.
Okay. Who tries to restore order within the ranks of Atomic Championship Wrestling. It's like another home to him over there. And I have James's back wholeheartedly. There was nothing I could do to stop this attack.
He's the champion still?
He is not.
Oh.
No.
That happened last time?
It did. And just attacked, beat up. I mean, it was vicious, Jim. It was vicious. The commissioner was there sitting next to me, and I couldn't move. I couldn't do a damn thing about it.
He was keeping you from helping?
He let me know in no short term that if I decided to try to interject, that I would be fired. Not worth it to me. So I talked to James afterwards. I helped him back after the show out of the ring because he just was motionless. I was scared. He's teaming up with Bro Keller to try to
teammate.
Great teammate.
That's a great teammate.
That is a great teammate. So we got Bro Keller, James Frazier taking on Dame Smith and Twisted Tate. So the good guys versus the obvious bad guys.
Sure.
And I hope I'll sit here and I'll say it, and I hope Tate's listening, and I hope Dame is listening. I hope to God, Bro and James kick your ass.
Yeah, seriously,
really do.
man. That's I'm not going to be able to be there
this Saturday. Absolution Atomic Championship Wrestling, Stevens, Pennsylvania. Doors at 6, bell at 6:30.
But yeah, I definitely hope that.
Mark says Vanity worth the price of admission. Absolutely,
100%. But yeah, I hope Tate and Dame Smith get what's coming to him, because that's uncalled for.
It is.
Got guys out there just putting a good work in and fighting a good fight, and you just try and knock them down. So hopefully that they'll get what's coming to them. So obviously, a big week for WWE coming off the pay-per-view, but their third brand, NXT, debuted last night on the USA Network.
Did it?
It did. Oh. It did. The first shots in the Monday Night Wars. Wednesday Night Wars.
Oh, they're shooting off cannons.
They are shooting off cannons, man. They came out.
I thought Tampa Bay scored there for a second.
Come on. That's hilarious.
I'm just kidding with you.
But no, NXT debuting last night, obviously 2 weeks ahead of AEW, which we now know, Dynamite. which we'll talk about that in a little bit. But obviously, as you're following along in the live comments, give the video a like, give the video a share, get as many people in here. We want to hear.
What was the actor? It was a show. Was it Jimmy Walker?
Jimmy Walker from
Dynamite. Can you look that up? See if we get a Jimmy Walker Dynamite. Sound clip?
I did check it on the soundboard.
Okay.
We were I was unable to find it. I will try to make one before we
Dynamite.
Either for next week, but pre AEW on TNT debut.
I feel like we can wear that button out pretty quick
in 2 weeks. Oh, wait, which button? This one?
Oh,
or this one?
a little bit of the bubbly.
or this one?
That's the guy. that one actually, the thump. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, did you push that? Oh, I thought you pushed that.
No, it was me. Like.
Oh. Well, that was what I heard.
Shut the f*** up.
Thank you, Mark Summers.
Oh, that's Mark Summers?
That's Mark Summers.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. He was doing like a drunk double dare thing, and somebody kept trying to like give answers from the crowd, and he just turns around.
Shut the f*** up.
Nice. Go Mark Summers.
Good. Yeah, dude. He doesn't. Have you ever seen the clip when he was on Jay Leno?
No.
Him and Burt Reynolds.
Yeah,
and
like
Burt Reynolds Burt Reynolds like throws water on him, and he ends up throwing some on Burt Reynolds.
I do, yes.
Yeah. Pretty classic clip. If you've never seen it, look it up on YouTube.
Makes you feel awkward.
But NXT debuts last night. And I think probably, one of the biggest concerns going into this NXT on USA debut was, what was NXT going to look like on mainstream TV? Obviously, you would have to think Vince McMahon's going to have a little bit more input, a little bit more eyes on the product now.
Sure.
Because it's not just on his network. It's out to the big time audience, to the real world, and all of that. And Triple H gave the freaking rally cry at the beginning. Came out from the curtain, which was a really cool camera shot, something that you don't normally get to see. The crowd was on fire, and for 2 hours, or 1 hour and 50 minutes, NXT delivered a spectacular quality show, and it looked like an NXT show. Now, I mean, it was probably a little heavier weighted than your normal weekly show. You had some of the heavy hitters there, but NXT on USA looked like NXT.
It did, and it looked different than the WWE.
Yes,
which was really cool.
Now, I did notice some new graphics. I think it was like a new graphics package for him, which makes sense. You're a new program. I thought some of the lighting treatment in the ring was a little bit different. The camera shots felt different, but like you said,
the camera shots did feel different, and that's something that I noticed. We talked about at work with some people, that it almost feels like it was zoomed in a bit more.
Yes.
But that is because there's not a big arena
sure.
where you can get a bigger, like, establishing shot of post to post, where you actually lost both posts typically in that hard cam shot. And hard cam's still opposite of what Raw and SmackDown is.
Yes,
but that's not changed.
No, that has been a staple of NXT at Full Sail forever. But also, I mean, to that tighter shot, the house lights are down.
Yes.
So your focus has to be tied to the ring.
Yes.
Because why have a wide establishing shot when it's just dark?
Right.
So, it looked like NXT. It felt like NXT. And obviously the biggest question was what match or segment was going to open the show, and it was a women's 4-way #1 contender match.
Yeah.
Like when you talk about, obviously in 2 weeks we're going to be talking about what was the first thing that you saw on AEW Dynamite. Like, we've hypothesized that if I'm booking and I can get CM Punk, if I can get CM Punk on the books, even if it's for, one pay-per-view and the build-up to it, my AEW Dynamite is starting with CM Punk sitting crisscross applesauce.
Thank you,
Jim.
You're so woke.
I am sitting in the middle of that ring with a microphone.
Is that how you started?
That's how I started.
So it's commercial. Black screen, come up, CM Punk in the ring.
Right
That's
there.
That's how you start.
That's how I started.
Wow. Okay.
Because you want to
Let's
get.
say Punk's not available.
Then I probably start with Chris Jericho.
Okay.
He's your champion. He has earned that right, and to me, that's how you do it. And it'd probably get interrupted by Cody.
Okay.
But because that's leading towards the pay-per-view match. But yeah, that's how I would start. How would you start AEW Dynamite two less than 2 weeks away?
Seeing how NXT started, I would start it similar to that, where like a packagey talky segment.
Yeah, obviously there's going to be some sort of, because you've seen the commercials.
Mm-hmm.
Some of you even saw them on WWE and NXT TV this week.
Smart.
Yeah, pretty smart fucking business if you ask me.
That's the game.
Yeah, I mean,
right.
And
like, again, I don't think of it as
Major League Baseball broadcast does commercials on NFL TV.
Yeah, smart.
It's smart. Sports fans,
right?
These are wrestling fans. It's a wrestling audience.
What other channel would you want to advertise to?
Like Hallmark?
If you have a wrestling,
are you putting
show,
AEW Dynamite commercials on Hallmark?
Exactly. What else would you do? I'd start running them on Fox.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I get that it's WWE, but SmackDown on Fox has been airing commercials on USA Network during Raw. So the networks are competing. It's not the WWE competing against itself, but it's network competition.
Sure.
The Fox, watching some Major League Baseball and, of course, the NFL and college football, they have been promoting the shit out of SmackDown.
Yes, they have.
It is super refreshing to see that. But in the same light, AEW has done a tremendous job at promoting itself on TNT and TBS.
Sure.
I still watch reruns of Big Bang Theory, and I watch Conan sometimes still.
Here's the deal. If we wanted to go and, hand out flyers for our show, our podcast.
Right.
We wouldn't go to, the Fulton Theater House and hand out flyers to a 3-count hey, check us out every Thursday night. We're a wrestling podcast.
But we would go to the
we wouldn't go to Sight and Sound.
We would go to the Lidditz the Rotary Craft Show, right?
We would not. No, that doesn't make sense.
No, that doesn't make sense.
You know
You're
where
right.
I would love to hand out flyers?
Where's that?
At an independent wrestling show.
Oh,
because those are wrestling fans.
Yes, that makes a
watching that.
lot of sense.
And that's who I want to. I'm not trying to make new fans.
I mean, what we are
out of non-wrestling fans. We talk about enough bullshit that maybe you can find us entertaining, but our bread and butter is wrestling fans.
Right, the
so
people we want to get, the majority of the people, and now don't get me wrong, we want you to share this to everybody that you know. We want you to share 3 Count Thursday with those people.
I want you to share us like a 4th grader shares chicken pox with his whole class. I want you to infect your timeline.
That is a great analogy. Or that one person at your office or wherever you work, you know exactly who I'm talking about. Her name might be Karen, though. I feel like Karen is always a person.
Her name's
who might
Karen. And if it's a dude, the name's Chad.
So Karen or Chad, you know a Karen or a Chad who every October through February brings, guess what disease I have this week, to the office and just gives it to everybody.
Yep. Well,
and
this time Karen had mono.
And Karen and Chad stay healthy enough that they think they can still come to work, but you get laid up in bed for 10 and a half weeks.
Right.
So do what Karen and Chad do with our show.
I want you to cough all over your timeline.
Of your friends. Cough 3 Count Thursday onto all of your friends, onto your timelines, into people's messages. Just annoy the crap out of them until they give us a like, give us a watch, maybe even give us some money.
I'm not going to lie. Away. We're almost, and here's a big deal to us. We've never bought fans or likes or anything like that or posts on Facebook.
It's because we don't have money.
That's true. We've amassed almost 4,000 followers on Facebook. We are 9 followers away. So if you have wrestling fans, and I don't seriously ask for a lot, we joke about it, but if we could get to that 4,000 mark, that would just be freaking badass.
That would, yeah, that actually,
and that's a testament to not just us, but you guys also liking and sharing the videos and sharing our content and stuff like that and interacting with us, and I hope what we do you guys take some enjoyment out of. But I promise you, no more intern Mark.
we surprise, we got derailed. I don't think you ever. And I know you said you would start it similar, but I would
start with that sort of package.
But I would assume you wouldn't start with a woman's match, because then it would appear
correct,
a little copycatty.
Yeah, I think you put out something that is like that you start with tag team wrestling. That's what they have to start.
Okay,
with.
so you would still start with a match,
Bucks.
not a promo segment.
I would open it with like a talkie segment, like Triple H did.
Sure.
We're AEW. We're changing the game. This is what we're
Some
going to give
sort
you.
of
Hope you enjoy.
montage.
Bam. Pyro shoots off, because I definitely shoot off Pyro.
Sure.
Because you're not going to get that at any WWE thing. So that's instantly something different. So you got a talking segment, Pyro. This is cool. And then a tag team match with like Lucha Brothers. Something that, the WWE is not necessarily showing. A guy with the face paint, something like that. Boy, are they in a match? Lucha Brothers for the opening show.
I have the tag bracket. So the Dark Order has a bye.
Yep.
The Best Friends in SCU. You have the Lucha Brothers and Jurassic Express.
And that's what
Young Bucks and Private Party.
I open it with, oh man, Bucks and Party would be a great
That'd
opener
be a
too.
Great opener.
But I feel like that you could almost close your show with, because that's going to be wild. And if this is all taking place on week 1,
I have no idea when exactly it's taking place.
But I started with the Lucha Brothers and Jurassic Express. Dude, there's a big fucking reptile guy. And who let me see that real quick. Let me see the picture. Who is the other Jurassic Express guy? Oh, okay, and Jungle Boy.
Oh, Tim's in the comments with us. Tim, we miss you.
Hello there, Timmy.
We understand you're working, so you're probably on a break or something.
I lied to everybody and said you're under the weather.
But
he got the mono from Karen.
Okay, so Lucha Brothers Jurassic Express is for week 1. Bucks and the Private Party
what I
is
opened the
week
show
2.
with, because they made a point to say tag team wrestling matters in AEW.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's what you start with.
But yeah, I mean, NXT, back to NXT, like I was a great starting match. And then you had the squash match. It was I keep wanting to call him Trevor Lee, but he's not Trevor Lee anymore.
He's not Trevor Lee,
formerly known as Trevor Lee.
Right. So let's run down the whole show, because there's not a ton to talk about, is there?
No.
The women's match: Mia Yim, Candice LeRae, Io Shirai, Bianca Belair.
Yes.
I thought that delivered.
I thought it was four-way. Great. I thought it was really, really for a 4-way match, because those can be somewhat laggy at times and problematic at times. I thought it delivered big time.
I feel like they powdered out of the ring at the right time, and you had the right amount of action at all times with some high-fly stuff. So I enjoyed that match. I thought it was
Candice gets the win.
Fantastic. Candice picks up the win. She
new
is now
number 1 contender.
the number 1 contender, which is awesome.
Yeah, Scotty, we'll get to the network stuff and then you went into the squash match.
Yeah, Trevor Lee,
and
it was Sean Maluta, which was cool to see Sean on this thing, and then Cameron Grimes.
Yes,
repackaged as Cameron Grimes. I didn't think I'd love it, but I loved like the vest and the hat.
I do. It's great, and
like he's kept the beard and like the chest hair kind of still. So they've rebranded him from like Carolina Caveman to like Country Strong.
Right. And I know some people said they didn't like having this squash match there, and I go, well, first off, in the opening video package, Triple H said you can't blink.
Sure.
So
I loved it.
Like it tied into it, and it's something different. You don't see that every week.
Right.
Like, so it's going to happen at times, and you can't blink because a match might be over.
They've done this at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
for a championship.
Case in point,
Bro Keller, Bro Kick,
Bro Kick. Yeah, to Daniel Bryan in the world title.
Right.
But case in point, I'm sitting there and I'm watching the show. My wife's on her computer and on her phone and checking recipes and fantasy football and all sorts of different things, and she hears the bell.
Does she check recipes, or were you assuming she checks recipes, just being sexist?
No, she checks recipes.
Oh, okay.
She does really like recipes and what are some of the fix it or flip it shows. She likes those.
All right, that's fair. So she hears the bell. Bing, bing, bing.
Right, she hears the bell, and then so she hears this, and then she hears a move, and then a count, and then like, and she's like, she pops her head, and she's like, does that normally happen? And I'm like, well, no,
this is happening though.
Like, no, like
you're slowly turning your wife to a wrestling fan.
slowly. What was the one the other day?
So exciting.
You
said it in the group chat.
Yeah, it was
the old 3-count group chat. I forget what it was about, but that's exciting. Whatever. It was.
Yeah, it was some. I forget who. Somebody was talking backstage, and she goes, "Is that the women's wrestler with like the crazy hair? Oh, Sasha Banks."
Oh yeah.
She asked if I liked her blue hair, and I was like, I mean, I think I like it better than the purple,
right?
You know. And she's like, "Is that the one that was the Miz's partner?" And I go, "No." She goes, "Oh wait, she couldn't talk. That was Asuka, right?"
Oh my God! For the Mixed Match Challenge.
Yeah, right.
Holy shit!
Little by little, man. I'm telling you, little by little,
I'm so excited.
It's going to happen. But yeah, I mean, it's something that's a little different. And then it went into the North American title match, right? That was
correct. There was 3 matches on the
USA portion, that match was so good.
That match had the entire crowd just eating out of the palm of their hands the entire time. Those kickouts. I mean, after the I don't even know what he calls it, but like the power bomb, backbreaker,
and
knees to the back.
I don't know if they mic'd the house differently or if they mic'd it.
But dude, they will
if
pop
it was
in.
if the fader was up just a little bit higher, but it sounded louder than I remember ever remembering Full Sail NXT for a weekly show.
I agree.
And obviously Roddy Strong gets the title.
Love it.
You know, Undisputed Era, you know, is at full gold right now.
Prophecy fulfilled.
A prophecy fulfilled.
Absolutely.
And now Scotty says NXT seemed the same to me. Exactly. I don't think it was
they needed to.
it was never meant to change.
I think they needed to.
It was instead of NXT, it's now NXT on USA.
Right.
It doesn't need to change.
It's nothing new.
Nothing needs to be different.
I think the concern was that it would change.
Right. Everybody was like, oh, Vince is going to ruin it. Vince is going to make it sports entertainment. You know, Vince isn't going to let this wrestling show happen.
It sounds like he is.
Sounds like he is.
From the look of week 1, it sounds like it was.
You know, and if you see Triple H the way he started the show, but then if you go to WWE's social media pages, if you go to WWE's YouTube channel, Triple H's message after the show,
yes,
NXT's not changing, people.
It doesn't sound like it.
Breaking news. Where's the sounder? Get it going. Your fears of what NXT, the new NXT, is going to be, you don't got to worry about it.
I don't
New
think
NXT is NXT. So just, you know, you can relax. Now, I will say this, you know, second hour moves to the network. I go to turn on the network.
A lot of people had this problem.
Can't get on. So I thought, you know, because sometimes in my house, apparently, internet issues just happen.
I think it's most houses.
So I'm like, you know, I can't get in on my Roku, so I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'll go to the Xbox.
The old Xbox.
Because I have the Xbox app. Go to log on to there. Nothing,
folks.
Like, okay, well, I got my iPad here. Go on the iPad. Nothing.
Nada.
Go. Well, all right. Computer. Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Phone. Nothing. And I'm like, am I connected to the internet? So I'm looking. You know, because I have a Roku TV. You know, Hulu works. Netflix works.
Right.
You know, Xbox.
Well, you had Netflix up. Did you watch Glow?
Now I watched the first episode
of season 3.
Season 3.
Okay, good. Okay.
So I do need to dig into it a little bit more.
The first episode wasn't great.
Wasn't great, but you know,
the season's
it's the
fun.
Start of
it's
a
good season.
And then I'm looking on my computer, and it's showing me that I'm not signed in. So I was like, I did the new login. Just watch Clash of Champions on Sunday. So
Clash of the Champions.
Clash of the Champions. Yes. No. Yeah. Sorry, Ted Turner, the ghost of Ted Turner, who's still alive.
It is Clash of Champions.
Yeah.
Yeah. The didn't belong.
No.
I was just messing with you.
Was Clash of the Champions was...
I don't know. Tim had said something about that the other day. I don't listen to Tim a whole lot.
Jeez.
Oh, shit. He's listening.
Crap. Maybe he had logged off. I don't know. So I was like, well, I guess I have to re-sign in. So I go to sign in. wouldn't let me sign in.
I had zero problems with it.
Fuck.
And I don't update anything, which makes it funny.
Devin didn't have any problems, apparently.
So Roddy Strong wins the match.
Right.
Fantastic. Do you think that the NXT brand for week 1 did enough in that little, again, it's only an hour.
I think the match was good enough. That
To hook
match,
people.
if it's anybody who appreciates professional wrestling, I don't know how you can't come back for week 2.
Okay.
After that match.
I
after
totally
the
agree
match,
with
too.
you. You know what? After the Cameron Grimes match, if
Sure.
this is the first time I'm watching NXT and Cameron Grimes wins in 10 seconds
that quick
with a standing double stomp, what's up with this guy? He's got to be important.
Yeah.
I need to see more about this Cameron
Sure.
Grimes. And they needed to do that because you have an hour on the network. They all can't be the Gargano, Adam
Right,
Cole matches
right.
that you've learned to appreciate.
And I mean, bottom
in those
line,
hours.
if you're not already in the NXT game, you probably don't know who Adam Cole is anyway.
Maybe right. If you're not right,
Like
that's
if
fair.
you're
a casual,
purely WWE viewer, you probably don't know much of anyone who's on NXT.
Right. Why is Matt Riddle barefoot?
So
why is Killian so hairy?
So I, finally I start looking and I'm seeing like a lot of people are having issues with the network. Ryan doesn't. Some people did. Like a lot of people did. A lot of people did. Which WWE did release a statement today.
Oh, did they?
They said, or I guess this was late last night. They said you may have experienced technical issue with WWE Network earlier this evening. The matter has been resolved. You can now access the network and watch tonight's episode of NXT on demand. We apologize for any inconvenience. So, like, I reset my password twice.
Right.
Because I'm like, maybe one time wasn't
good luck
good
remembering
enough.
that in the future.
No, it's I have it saved. I mean,
okay.
now I'm logged in on all my devices again.
Right, okay, yeah.
But so it sucked. That was a little bit unfortunate. I came into the Leo Rush Oney Lorcan match, which Leo Rush, a surprise return. Dude's super skilled in the ring. And then
so what you did miss, you missed Pete Dunne versus Arturo Rojas.
Yeah, missed that one. I'll have to go back and check that out.
Which was a good match. Like Rojas is a different look to what you're used to. He's definitely an MMA style wrestler. It wasn't Pete Dunne's greatest outing.
Sure.
But it was cool to see like the way that match ended with submission. So definitely check that one out. But again, here's somebody else that you're not used to seeing on regular NXT in Ruas.
Yeah.
That now you're going to start seeing as a character on this program.
And then of course the
you also missed Xia Li.
Oh,
and
yes.
Aaliyah with Vanessa Bourne in what I would describe as the worst match of the night.
Okay, yeah. I mean, sight unseen. If you just tell me every match that was on the show,
yeah, it was not
that would have probably been my guess for the worst match.
You also missed the Imperium debuting, which was pretty freaking cool.
Okay, I'll have to go back.
So that is Walter's faction in NXT UK.
Okay.
So I forget who some guy came out for a match. Oh, Denzel Dejournay. So came out for a singles match, and then the Imperium surrounds
I
ring
love the name already.
and
I love his
attacks
name.
him, and then like the Imperium just, and then Walter's music hits and the white screen, and Walter comes out, and I mean they pop like crazy.
All right,
that's a cool move.
That's probably I'll probably
if
go
you're
back.
Not an NXT UK fan, and you know who Walter is, and like the size of this guy,
I'll probably go check that out
Pretty
while
badass.
I'm uploading everything after the show tonight. So you had NXT UK talent integrated on the show.
A lot of it, yeah.
The Leo Rush Oney Lorcan match is #1 contender for the cruiserweight title.
Really
so
good
you're
match.
integrating that into the product already. And then of course
Were you surprised with Rush beating Lorcan?
It did surprise me a little bit.
Okay.
But I think Rush made enough of an impact on his time on the main roster. But I think a lot of people were asking, why is he not wrestling? And here he is. He's back wrestling again.
Yeah,
so,
good.
things are on the up and up there, would assume. And then, of course, you had the main event, Riddle and Killian Dane, that just dissolved into a brawl with everybody involved, and it kind of had a cliffhanger.
But didn't that look cool?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. This is wild.
Yeah, you go into the back. I mean, go back out into the street. Walters is hanging out at a picnic table.
Yeah.
It
like everybody, like, and then out to the ring. This is not something you see in the WWE. Even a fight like that in the WWE is WWE'd. Like, you know what I mean? You're still getting the cut shots and everything. This seemed like legit and raw.
Yeah,
to steal that. I don't mean raw. You
no,
know what I
know.
mean?
You know it. You didn't have 14 camera shots and crazy zoom ins and all that. It was pretty much a camera following guys and then coming back out. I know you had a couple of cameras, but Leo Rush, Scotty says Leo Rush is a Steve Urkel wannabe. Don't really see that, but hey, everybody interprets things a little bit differently. Solid debut for NXT, and obviously,
the best thing that I think NXT could have done was end the way they did on the network. And again, it was short. Like I saw some complaints about that, but I feel like it was paced out for a 2-hour USA show with commercials built in.
And I thought that right away because
we're done 12 minutes early.
Right, once you went to the network, it was commercial free. But your timing, this is WWE's practice for the 2-hour TV show, and that's exactly what they did. They timed out, the second hour ended early, yes, because of commercial time.
But to end on a suicide dive with Killian Dane and the crowd chanting "Holy shit" as they go off the air,
perfect.
You could not have asked for a better end to your debut NXT episode.
Yeah, so it's a great debut. One thing to get really kind of picky and whatever about it, I felt like they didn't explain enough was the fact that after the first hour, go to the WWE network.
Okay.
Because here's the thing, if you're just flipping the channels and you see NXT wrestling, what is this? Check it out. They don't tell you until the show is ending, if I remember correctly. Hour one here, move over to the WWE network for hour two, and then it goes black.
Right. I feel like this should have been something you beat with a drum.
And you don't want to
first month free sign up if you're only checking us out now for the first time.
You don't need to beat it to death like they do before a pay-per-view, but maybe at the half hour mark, maybe right before the North American title match. Hey guys, just a reminder, for this week and next week, our second hour moves to the WWE network. If you're not signed up, sign up now. It is free for the first month, the new subscribers.
Right, something like that. That's fair.
And you'll be able to see the second hour of NXT right after this goes off the air.
Okay.
And I felt like that was a little bit of a missed opportunity because the numbers came out today. I think it was 1.37 million.
I saw them. I thought it was 1.1.
1.137. So between, it was over 1 million. So and again,
1.179 million viewers for the USA network.
So
and that number's from Showbuzz Daily. So let's take it for what you.
I think I've seen it verified. I mean,
but that's the top 5 cable program.
Yeah, it was number 4 on cable last night.
Good.
That's pretty good for the first night. And again, you have about 1 million network subscriptions. You got 1.1 million.
Yeah.
For NXT. Now, I'm not saying that every person who's subscribed to the network is tuned in, which is also probably a good sign.
Yeah.
That there are people who are not subscribed to the network that tuned in. So, but again, I felt they missed an opportunity there. And then, of course, the network issues were it was an unfortunate night for them to happen. So, yeah, And maybe it was just because there was more new people joining the fray. I don't know.
Maybe, right? That'd be great if that's what happened.
So hopefully, and hopefully it doesn't happen, next time it rolls around. But, yeah.
And I get nothing that they could control probably.
No, it happened. I've had we've had an internet drop on this show.
We have. It happens.
But yeah, I mean, just a solid debut. And so let's let's kind of put it for me that's an A. you can't really get much better for a debut show. For the USA portion, I give it an A+.
Yeah, I agree.
I think
the
it's
USA portion hit a
100%
home
knocked
run.
out of the park. Obviously, the network issues and maybe one match that wasn't the best. But and I know somewhere in the comments, I don't know who it was, I remember who it was, but said, I'm surprised Gargano wasn't on the show. Well, that's the thing with NXT is you're not going to get everybody, every title holder, every heavy hitter on every single episode.
Right.
And again, you only have, in previous, you only had 1 hour. Now you have 2, but like the talent's there and the matches are going to be longer.
Correct. I mean, you're going to have to take like that future tournament competitors. They're all going to have to start entering this fray.
Sure.
A lot more because you can't burn yourself out on Gargano every week or Adam Cole every week.
No, and I mean, we talked about it when we reviewed NXT TakeOver before SummerSlam is like this Gargano Cole match, besides that freaking spot off of the top of the cage, felt like a Cole and Gargano match.
Right. And you don't need to do that. Right?
No, like and I, it is what it is. We discussed that at length, but you don't want to burn yourself out, especially when you're starting with a new audience. So,
Yep.
I think they did a spectacular job, and I'm looking forward to next week. So Clash of Champions, Ryan, how you I know we're working. It was a hell work
it was
weekend
a
from
work
hell
weekend,
for you.
and then an Eagles game, so I
didn't get a chance.
Didn't watch much.
I thought the show was good. I don't think it was as good as the pay-per-views have been for probably the last 3-4 months. I don't think there was anything glaringly awful about it, but I don't think there was anything that was super spectacular. I mean, the matches were fine. Longest match of the evening was the Kofi Kingston Randy Orton match. It was actually really good. And then you had The Fiend attack Seth Rollins to close the show. And really, Sunday night, Monday night, the excitement for The Fiend, I think, was palpable. And they made you hold on till you had different Firefly Funhouse segments throughout the night, but you didn't get The Fiend until the end. And I thought that was really a smart way to do it because it kept tying you back and telling you, don't go.
Yes, it did.
Don't go. You're going to want to just, it's coming.
And you know what's great is the next time the WWE does this, they can do Firefly Funhouse, and then not have The Fiend come out.
Sure.
Because you're thinking he's going to come, and you'll be disappointed, but you're not going to tune off.
No, you won't. So, and I think the thing too was you knew, if internet rumors be true, that Seth Rollins his next competition for the title was going to be The Fiend. I loved
Didn't the venue kind of leak that?
Yeah, the venue leaked it, which again, card subject to change, whatever.
Quote leaked that. Maybe that was on purpose.
Maybe it was. So maybe that made you want to tune into Clash of Champions or the night after. But I thought the beginning of the show, the end of the show tied together because right after the Firefly Funhouse during the opening segment, as they were previewing matches for later in the night, the graphics were all upside down.
Yeah.
Obviously we've jumped over production issues for AEW, so I'm not going to give WWE a pass. Like
Correct.
That, not a good look, man. That's rough.
That's really rough. It's even rougher when Renee's like, have these been upside down the whole time?
I would love to know if somebody told her to say that.
Sure.
Or if she was just like, seriously, were these upside down the whole time? But then if you notice at the end, when the Firefly Funhouse music kept playing and getting all like creepy and
right,
the graphics kept turning upside down. Like, I don't know if that was an intent. If it was a production screw up and they steered into the skid at the end, or because you came out of the Firefly Funhouse, if that was an intentional screw up.
Right.
I probably lean more into you steered into the skid.
I think I would feel that it was a fuck up somewhere.
Which is
again,
bad.
I don't know how you do that. I really don't.
Well, and I
but it got everybody talking.
Yeah.
So maybe it's not a bad thing.
Look,
and we shit on AEW's like production screw up of like a ladder on hard cam that nobody was talking about. Everybody was taking pictures and sharing pictures of upside
right, like,
down
look, this
WWE
upside down
graphics. Jim, that's like good marketing.
Sure.
People are tweeting about your, you know what I mean, taking pictures of their camera of your picture and
Yes.
tweeting it out on their timelines.
Mm-hmm.
That's free. That is brilliant.
It's free advertising.
So if it was a fuck up, it was a good fuck up, and they steered into it great. It also seemed like they didn't time it out great because that segment with the Funhouse, like logo
That
and
lasted
song,
a while.
That was like a solid 2-ish minutes.
I loved it though.
I didn't tune away because I didn't want to miss something.
Exactly.
Oh, this is going on for a while. Oh, what are they going to do? This is going on for a minute now. Oh, they're going to cut away. Like, they want me to not.
It
and then they just fucking cut on. I'm like, okay, well, they got me.
Do you remember the episode of Family Guy and then there was Maude?
Oh, my God, yes.
That's what that felt like to me.
Right. Oh, they're not going to
And then there's Maude.
Oh, they're going to.
Okay. And then there's Maude. And he just gets angrier and
angrier.
That's what it felt like to me. And
or the cutaways with
Conway
Twitty. They're not going to play the whole. Oh, damn it! They're playing
certainly going to play the whole song.
I see the. Oh, they're going to do the whole thing.
But
all right.
yeah, I first off, and this is just I'm a Bray Wyatt mark to the utmost degree. So if it's something related to the Fiend, to the Firefly Funhouse, I'm not turning away as it is. But like I was as on the edge of my seat as I was capable of being at 11 o'clock at night.
Right, that's fair.
I mean, I was just like, are we getting a run over again? Or
what's happening? Right.
What the hell is happening? And
I loved it.
yeah. Like, I know some people like, oh, this has gone on way too long. But guess what? You fucking watched.
You watched it.
You didn't change it.
Yep.
Like, and here's the thing.
And
everything.
Like, we're battling football now too.
Yeah, we're battling
Like,
Monday Night Football.
As soon as you think that Raw is over, you're on US or you're on ESPN.
Right. So if they can get you to hang on for those 2 minutes, that's money in their pocket. And it's supposed to make you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like everything with the Firefly Funhouse, like, again, I go back to that first night because I wasn't watching Raw. And I just started seeing pictures of Bray Wyatt in a Mr. Rogers sweater.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this can't be real.
Right.
Like, you can't take, the Bray Wyatt character and the Wyatt family and that and all of this, and you're going to turn
Is there a
him.
Firefly Funhouse sound?
I don't know. But you can't take all of that and turn it into Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
Right.
Like, and then I actually watched, and I was like,
this is deep.
This is deep. This is funny. This is unsettling.
Yep.
And it's only gotten so much worse.
Yeah.
So all of it's supposed to make you feel uncomfortable. So if you're sitting there for 2 minutes going,
worse as in better. I just wanted to clarify.
Oh, yes. Well, yeah.
Worse as in, like, he has gone deeper.
Yes, and
worse.
creepier
Right.
and all of that.
But the whole gimmick has gotten better.
Yeah,
Okay.
Unbelievably.
You see the new shirt they posted? The glow in the dark?
They got fucking fat sizes.
Well, it's a glow in the dark, Jim. They don't have enough glow in the dark paint in this world.
Bullshit. You're a $1 billion company. Get me a fucking 5X.
What do they go up to? 3?
They go up to 3. And it's like the new shirt. I actually like the new shirts, but they do run a skosh smaller.
This is a 3. I'm excited.
Very nice. You're looking good,
I've finally
by the
gotten
way.
down to 3s.
But it's like,
Fat
throw me a
asses.
goddamn bone here.
That's fair.
You're marketing to wrestling fans.
If you don't know what we're talking about, it is the Bray Wyatt.
It's the lantern,
lantern.
and it let me in. It's apparently a glow-in-the-dark shirt.
So cool.
But like all of it is supposed to make you feel uncomfortable. So if you're sitting there for 2 minutes going, this is really weird. Why? What is happening? Why am I still watching?
Right.
What is going to happen next? What are they doing? It's doing what it's supposed to do.
They gotcha.
But obviously Monday, Bray Wyatt versus Seth Rollins at Hell in a Cell. And Scotty asks, if Bray beats Rollins clean, don't you think it's too soon?
That's a tough. This is tough because I get what Scotty's saying,
I do.
and it's also too soon for the Fiend to lose.
The Fiend can't lose. I'm sorry. Like,
Cannot.
it cannot. Like, so if you have Seth Rollins versus The Fiend has to become WWE Universal Champion. The only way he doesn't is if
He loses by DQ.
right, if he holds the claw and gets DQ'd or whatever. But
I could see that. I could see the Fiend mandible clawing to the victory, and then not letting go, and then reversing the decision.
I could see
And
that.
That's how you let Bray Wyatt or the Fiend win the match and keep the championship on Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Which everybody will be pissed about. But that's your out.
It is your out.
Because it's a Hell in a Cell. Like, you can't.
Is the match a Hell in a Cell match,
I thought
though?
it was.
Let me look that up because
I thought it wasn't a Hell in a Cell. Which is red, by the way, so don't bitch about it when you start seeing
yes,
pictures
it is
again.
going to be red.
It's the red one, and everybody's going to hate it again.
Um.
Oh, that's a cool fucking picture, dude. The
Okay, so
poster,
it is a Hell in a Cell. Oh, Jesus.
That's fucking awesome.
Damn. He's winning. He's fucking winning. You can't have that poster and he's not fucking winning.
I feel like, oh man, I'd have to go back and look at other posters.
But dude, this has to be different.
That poster's so cool.
Damn it! Yeah.
Oh my god.
Wow.
We're posting it to the Facebook page right after the show, so don't go far. Don't get off the 3 Count Thursday Facebook page. Make sure you take a look at this poster for Hell in a Cell.
Holy
that
smokes.
is awesome. Oh god, that is awesome.
Like, here's the thing. I understand the argument.
What's the other match listed there? Oh,
Becky and Sasha with a Hell in a Cell for the Raw Women's title.
Look at that. Multiple Hell in a Cell matches in a Hell in a Cell. What a brilliant idea.
What a concept. To me, does it feel too soon? Kind of. But in the same time,
It also feels too soon for him to lose.
Yeah, dude, if he loses, it's here we go again, land.
Like, I don't feel like you can stomp Bray Wyatt. Or, I'm sorry, The Fiend.
No.
I don't think The Fiend can lose to, like, a finisher. Especially after it took 4 finishers and a pedigree to put away
Strawn Broman.
Yeah. Last month. This month.
And
whatever
they,
month.
They did it this past week. Like, they did a good job of keeping him looking strong. It is despite the loss.
Sure.
But yeah, Bray, the Fiend has to cause himself to lose.
And I think you can steer that perfectly fine, where like a Firefly Funhouse, like have Bray apologize, and like the Fiend he went too far.
Yeah.
And that's understandable, and I'm okay with it because like he should be consequences for his actions.
Now, here's what's going to happen though. Like for everybody everybody that's going to like if he
there's so many angles to
if
this.
he gets himself disqualified, like if what we just hypothesized plays out or something like it, everybody that's going to bitch about it are the people that's saying, and I'm not pointing you out, Scotty, I'm saying just wrestling social media in general, are the same people that were like, he shouldn't win the title. It's way too soon.
Right. He's only won a match.
He has only won a match. That is
He's only
that
been
is,
in one match.
But like,
so AEW wins losses matter. The guy's batting 1,000.
He's batting 1,000. I mean, Cody won 2 matches and he's in a fucking title match.
So is it very far off?
You know what I mean? So like, I mean, Hangman Page technically didn't win a match, and he was in a world title match. So I think he might have won one. I don't know. I would go and look, but there's nowhere that those stats are listed. So
that's right.
So it's hard for me to fucking remember. Well, no, Sasha's won more than one match, Scotty. I get you're saying since her return.
Sure.
But
there's history there.
There's history
right.
there. And I mean, there's history with Bray Wyatt. He's a former WWE champion.
He is.
I know that there's no history with The Fiend, but this is something very, very different. Like I don't specifically recall, and this is where I feel like Tim would be helpful, because I feel like it was a relatively short period of time between that's gotta be Kane and Kane as WWE champion. Because Kane did win a title there for a second.
I'd have to look.
Yeah,
I mean, I can look that up. For
and
you.
I don't know if Tim's still in the comments here or not, but I feel like it was a relatively
Are we talking
short
about
time.
Kane or Glenn Jacobs?
That would be Knox County Mayor Glenn Jacobs,
Right.
which I loved.
Yeah, which is fun.
Like that stuff with the 24/7 title,
He's
and
a one-time 24/7 champion.
he is, yeah, absolutely. And then, with Kane coming down at the end, that actually popped me because I didn't expect that. But then, Bray Wyatt, or excuse me, The Fiend, getting Kane, and then, dude, just that unsettling shot right at the corner with Rollins just trying to get away in fear from The Fiend to close Raw. Like,
on Kane's championships and accomplishments.
Please tell me it's listed.
It is. He's a one-time ECW champion, a one-time WCW tag team champion with The Undertaker. Crazy to say those words. World heavyweight champion once, a WWF one-time champion, a one-time hardcore champion.
Now this is on the about Knox County Mayor Glenn Jacobs on his mayoral website, correct?
No,
wouldn't that be awesome?
On the
by
wiki
the way?
page, but does have a large political post about his political career. Correct.
I'm gonna while you're looking up that day, I want to try and find
a one-time 24/7 champion.
I want to see because there has to be a website.
So you're asking the WWF championship?
Yeah.
Or the world championship?
When did he win? When did he win the WWE title? Because I know he won it and then lost it right away. But I'm just curious, when, how soon after he debuted? Oh, that's really a bummer. I was hoping there'd be some sort of biographical about the mayor, but there he is, Glenn Jacobs, Knox County Mayor. But back to the question about do I think it's too soon? It is very soon, but in the same time, The Fiend is so different than anything else that. So here, he debuted. He made his re-debut at Bad Blood in Your House in 1997.
He won in June of 1998. He was the WWF at that time champion.
Okay, so is it
at King of the Ring in a First Blood match.
Okay, so I mean
against Stone Cold Steve Austin, First Blood, and if Kane had lost, the stipulation was he would set himself on fire.
Okay.
Welcome to the Attitude Era.
Yeah, exactly. So he did have a feud there in between, so it wasn't quite as immediate, but him winning the title, if he does win the title and doesn't get himself DQ'd, I think would obviously set The Fiend apart from the norm.
Yeah.
And that's what you have to do here. So and here's the thing, he attacks the champion. Seth basically calls him out and is like, if this is what you want, this is what you got, Hell in a Cell. So it's not like WWE is like, because The Fiend is a 100% winning percentage, he's the new number one contender. Or Constable Corbin's not coming out and being like, hey, The Fiend's been putting on some great matches, so I think we're going to make him the number one contender. No, this was Seth going, dude, you fucking jumped me, so I want my revenge against you. We'll do it in a cell. If you want me that bad, you'll get me in the cell. So that's also why it's a little bit different. So if you look at the story presented, even if it is too soon, The Fiend shouldn't lose. So The Fiend calls a shot, like Bray Wyatt used to, and the Fiend should win. So, yes, it would be a little soon. Just looking over a couple other highlights from Raw. Of course, that King of the Ring finals match was fantastic.
Yeah, pretty good match there.
That was a good match, and despite what people on the interwebs want to try and say, because I did see it, Gable didn't carry Corbin.
I thought
Corbin and Gable put on a great match.
I thought they both worked really well this match together.
Fantastic.
Yeah. They did a good job. I don't have a lot of complaints from this week of pro wrestling. I really don't.
No. Good shows. Yeah, the 2 matches confirmed. Obviously, the next night, Lesnar and his beard confront Kofi Kingston. Match is set for the first night of SmackDown on Fox.
When is that? I forget.
October 4th. So it is 2 weeks from tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
I know people are not happy or not going to be happy that Brock Lesnar is A, back, B, right in a title spot,
He is.
and C, going to end the reign of Kofi Kingston.
He won't.
You don't think?
Absolutely.
You really don't think
I
so?
don't. What a better way to establish Kofi on a brand new channel. Brock's already established, man.
Well,
Brock's Brock. Holy shit, this guy beat Brock? Nobody could fucking beat Brock. Rollins was the only guy who beat Brock, and look where that shot of Rollins to.
Wow. Okay.
And the money's in the chase, Jim.
Money is in the chase. But man, what does that do to Brock though? Like, he's been on quite the
He has.
the losing spree. But again, at this point in his career,
Kofi's speed and athleticism was too much.
but also, Brock looks like he is in fighting shape.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah, Brock's put on some
Put
weight.
on some muscle, lost some mass.
Yeah, he has.
And he's got that UFC beard back.
Yeah, he does.
Now, not going back to UFC,
I don't think he is.
but here's the deal. You're going on Fox, and you want to bring in people that aren't normally in the game. You give that Brock Lesnar look,
okay,
that's gonna get people's attention. That's gonna get that's UFC Brock.
That's UFC Brock. There
So,
it is.
um,
You know, Jim, it's all about the game and how you play it.
yeah. But I love it. I think it is the perfect main event. I am fine either way. If Kofi beats Brock, I will be shocked. By the way,
That's fair. I'm fine too. Yes.
but I'm fine if Brock wins, and I don't care. I'm not gonna be an internet coward, and don't at me, fucking at me at 3 Count Thursday on Twitter,
Just at Big Jim Sports.
at Big Jim Sports.
I don't want to get the damn blow-ups.
Oh, no, that's fucking karma for every time Ryan logs into Twitter twice a week and I get 47 likes on Twitter tweets. Fucking at me, at Big Jim Sports or at 3 Count Thursday. I am fine with Brock Lesnar winning the WWE Championship from Kofi Kingston. Because you know what?
What?
A, legit champion. B, he's probably going to get some eyes on the product. And C, you love to hate Brock Lesnar, and that's exactly what it's about. And he was already there more post-WrestleMania than he had been in WWE in years. So maybe the fact that Paul Heyman's running Raw and is more active in the WWE backstage scene, and maybe the fact that they're on moving SmackDown to Fox and getting a buttload of money, maybe Vince is dropping a little extra buckets of a dough into the old Brock Party briefcase over there. Maybe they're like, dude, we know you like to pull farm carts with your teeth up there in Canada. But can you please, which he does, if you've seen them teeth, woof.
Jeez.
Like, my teeth hurt when I see his teeth. But, like, maybe they're just like, dude, can you please just come back, give us, even if it's 2 weeks a month or every 3 weeks. Just be a little bit more active between now and, let's say, WrestleMania.
Sure.
Like, I don't need to see the championship
need to, like,
on every show.
I agree.
I don't. Like,
you've only got 2 hours, too. It's SmackDown.
Right.
You don't have to fill through.
Right. There's been times where the WWE Championship's not on there, or the U.S. title or Intercontinental, whatever.
The Intercontinental title's never there, it seems.
It's never there. But it doesn't have to be on there anytime. So when you see it, you're like, oh.
Look at this.
This is special.
He
This
did
is kind of
something.
nice. Look at that.
A little snacky cake.
But yeah, I'm fine if Brock wins.
Little Debbie.
KO suing Shane McMahon. That's a little fun.
That's happening.
Um,
You know what? And the more I thought about it, the more I'm glad that they didn't put KO like on NXT because it didn't need it. Like I was like, oh, put him in NXT. That'll be really cool. That'll like definitely get some. It didn't need it. Let that brand stand on its own without the gimmicks of, And you have like Breezango there, but that's not like, in a storyline gimmick.
Sure.
They went back down to like reestablish. That's fine. You didn't need Kevin Owens on NXT, so I'm glad that didn't happen.
Yeah.
It played out well.
Yeah, it absolutely played well. So here, we've been doing the like bring a topic to the table sort of a thing, and this came up. It was a tweet that I saw, and I think it's a good discussion point coming off of NXT's debut and a decent week of Raw and SmackDown this week. And the question that was posed was like, everybody's talking about the Wednesday Night Wars and AEW versus NXT, but what happens if NXT beats Raw and SmackDown in the ratings? And has anybody thought about that? And I think it's an interesting discussion point, but I don't see it super plausible that happens, at least not for a good while.
Raw's pulling in what, 2s?
I think they're back in the 3s.
Okay.
And now SmackDown, when they move to Fox, is going to be a little bit different because those are broadcast ratings versus cable ratings.
Sure, there's definitely a larger viewing audience. However, it's a harder sell on a Friday night.
Friday night, a little harder. So I think for a SmackDown ratings, you're going to be looking at the plus 3s and was it plus 1s and plus 3s or plus 3s and plus 5s, which meaning people that are Nielsen households but have the DVR.
Right.
So, the numbers that get reported are the next day numbers.
The live
the overnights.
Right.
But what usually doesn't get reported is the plus 1s and the plus 3s, where people who don't watch it the day of as it's airing but are watching it off DVR.
Right.
Because like case point, America's Got Talent. I don't watch it as it airs. I watch it the next day.
Okay.
And I usually, a lot of times I fast forward through like the video packages. I get straight to the performances.
Right.
It's a much quicker view.
I feel like you should just watch it on YouTube then.
But I like seeing it on my,
okay,
50-inch TV.
Which has Roku and has YouTube on it, but I digress.
Yeah, but it's still easier to navigate on my satellite box, which I pay a buttload of money for.
All right, that's fair. Who won?
Cody Lee.
Didn't see that coming.
Jesus Christ, Ryan. Oh.
I don't watch. What did you just? Why would you say that to me?
So I don't watch America's Got Talent live. I watch it the next night. So for me, I wouldn't be part of that overnight rating.
Correct. But you'd fall into the plus 1s.
Plus 1s.
Right.
So I think you're going to get a good bit of that with the SmackDown ratings once they move to cable.
I agree.
But
I don't think NXT will. Here's the deal: you're going to have another wrestling show running simultaneously.
Sure.
Unless this creates like that amount of buzz where 2 different wrestling shows are pulling in 6-7 million views and they're splitting it, it's never going to happen because there's competition that night.
And you also have, at least
the talent's there that it could.
It could. But from now till April or May, you have regular TV shows as well.
Correct.
I don't know what night
You know what
shows air.
Let's talk about shows coming back. You watched Manifest.
I
You
did.
enjoy that. Do you know when that's coming back?
December?
The fucking spring.
Really?
Yes. They're making it a spring release for season 2.
That means they don't have a whole lot of confidence in that show.
Yes, which sucks because I thought that show was great. Do you know when they released all that information? August 28th.
Oh, okay. I got to look. Now I set my DVR.
828 airplane flight 828. It was brilliant. Great marketing.
That's pretty clever.
Really good marketing.
Clever, but
disappointing.
I gotta wait till the spring.
Yeah, the spring, dude.
Damn it.
Yeah, pretty bummed.
I set my DVR to record. There's a new sitcom coming out on CBS with Billy Gardell. I forget the name of it, but he's a heart attack patient who is falling in love with his cardiac doctor.
Oh, that sounds awful.
But I like Billy Gardell.
I also don't even know who Billy Gardell is.
Oh, he's the Mike and Molly. Did you ever see Mike and Molly?
Is he the big guy?
The big guy. Yeah.
He's Mike.
He's Mike.
Oh, yeah, never watched Mike and Molly.
Oh,
either.
but I enjoy him. Very funny stand-up, by the way. I know
okay.
Billy Gardell.
I do enjoy
check
good
him
stand-up.
out. I know he did a Comedy Central special years ago. I don't know if it's on Netflix or not.
Have you watched the Chappelle one yet?
I have not, dude.
Are you a fan of Chappelle's?
I am. I've heard spectacular things about it.
I watched it twice. It's phenomenal.
Wow, okay.
It is so funny.
I'm gonna have to see. It's tough because like weekends were the time when I would catch up on a lot of stuff,
right?
And now it's football season.
Yes, I hear you. Yeah.
So it's tough, but I will do my best. Maybe I'll get lucky and I'll get a fucking flu and I can just be on my couch.
Maybe
for a
I'll
week.
get lucky and catch a flu.
But
I'm surprised we're gonna leg this out to a full show.
It's amazing.
I didn't think there was
isn't
a
it?
ton to talk about.
But like for again, the talent's there.
Yep.
But and just logistically, like you said, AEW. There's MLB playoffs are going to be on at least in the early months, and if it happens, I don't think it's going to happen in the first year. It's right now. It's still a niche product.
I agree, and you can look at the arena that it's filmed in, and understand this is going to not be as big as Raw or SmackDown.
Yeah, and I mean,
and once you make it a traveling brand, you're going to lose that NXT feel.
Yeah,
I don't think
for a long time they make it a traveling brand.
I think you keep it exactly the same, where you do some house shows.
NXT is NXT. You want
house shows, boom, 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 get them back to Orlando.
You want you don't want to see them on a bigger stage. Go to takeovers.
Yes. Bingo.
Because the takeovers are always in the big arenas, and much.
And now you don't have to do that though either.
No,
realistically, takeovers can be wherever because we're not running them.
Well, that's right. I guess Triple H
WWE.
has said that they are going to be changing at least some of the takeover schedule. I think WrestleMania weekend is now the Worlds Collide thing. There's not a takeover WrestleMania weekend anymore. And we were discussing how's that all going to play out with SmackDown being on Friday. Because Hall of Fame's usually Friday or NXT's Friday, and then the other one's on Saturday. So they're adjusting to that as well,
right?
Which is pretty damn smart. Like,
it's like they're really good businessmen.
Yeah, it's like they've been in business for over 50 years.
TV
a revolutionary
shows
sport
that are about professional wrestling,
right?
And that's like their market, and they do it better than anybody else.
Speaking of people and doing it, over anybody else. AEW, it was the worst kept secret in wrestling this week because somebody looked at their TV schedule on like Dish Network or something 2 weeks out and saw All Elite Wrestling, Dynamite.
Hey, you know what?
Right there.
Finally, somebody did it.
Right. Well, because I think it is, at least with DirecTV, I can look out 2 weeks.
Right.
So yesterday was the first day that you could actually look out and see it. Press release came today. Wednesday nights are going to get explosive. Hold on. Explosive. As All Elite Wrestling and TNT reveal the name and first official poster of their weekly show, All Elite Wrestling Dynamite. As previously announced, starting Wednesday, October 2nd, AEW began airing live 2-hour weekly matches on TNT at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. The highly anticipated action-packed matches will take place in different cities across the nation each week on Wednesday, starting in Washington, D.C. at the famed Capital One Arena. Future matches announced so far will be held in Boston, Massachusetts, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Charleston or Wheeling, West Virginia, Charlotte, North Carolina, Nashville, Tennessee, Indianapolis, Indiana, and Chicago, Illinois.
Austin,
Massachusetts. AEW is giving fans a new wrestling experience for the first time in 20 years. AEW is about more than wrestling. It's a movement fueled by fans, offering fun, gripping, and authentic athletic matches every week. Founded by President and CEO Tony Khan, the league is headlined by Cody and Brandy Rhodes, the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, Hangman Adam Page, Chris Jericho, and Jon Moxley. The diverse roster of world-class competitors includes Nyla Rose, Awesome Kong, Dustin Rhodes, Jungle Boy, Dr. Britt Baker, MJF, and SCU. AEW is poised to bring new innovation, new energy, and a new spirit to wrestling. Here's a few things I noticed in this press release. Number one, and I noticed it in their commercial that's been airing on TNT and TBS. They are using the word league, which I find very interesting.
Ooh, okay. I like that.
It says here the league is headlined by Cody, and it goes on lists. But also, they're calling them weekly matches. They're not shows. They're not programs. They're matches. So, and that right there, a league and matches, that specifically leans more to the sports end than the entertainment end.
Correct.
Which is that is their selling point.
Right, Major League Baseball, the National Football League, right?
Yeah.
This is sports sounding.
Yeah, National Hockey League.
Right, this is different.
And
Major League Soccer.
You have a wrestling match, in the Olympics. You don't have a gold or Kurt Angle didn't win the gold in the Olympic wrestling show.
Right.
Like it was matches. It was a competition. So it's if you pay attention to the words, it is worded very different.
And that's smart.
Yeah.
That's smart.
It is
good for them.
You know what I mean? On the commercial, they said a new league. And I know that was pretty much the first thing I noticed that really jumped out of me in their commercial. So they're doing something right because I'm picking up something different. The poster, very colorful, very bright, very 80s, 90s-ish, which is fine because I think they're playing right along that WCW Monday Nitro, when they unveiled the debut date, they had the AEW on TNT over Flames.
Right.
So they know what they are. Mm-hmm. They're aware of what they are. Which is you have to be self-aware.
Yeah.
Which is all very good. Like and obviously looking forward to it but like the bar has kind of been set here. I mean, not that I still think, and depending, and this is even, maybe I'm sure we'll revisit this. Next week I think is going to be very probably discussion heavy going towards the first week of AEW. It wouldn't shock me if AEW has a higher rating than NXT on October 2.
I absolutely think it will. You have to. Like, why would you want to miss that premiere episode?
Right. And if you don't...
And I know I can catch NXT the next day on the network.
And if you don't, then you lost your opening night to developmental.
Well, somebody said that. Not me.
Right. I didn't say it. And here's the thing. Like, it's...
Is that the smartest thing to say, you think, Jim?
Probably not the smartest thing to say. And...
because after last night's NXT, I can see weeks where NXT will beat All Elite Wrestling.
I want to find, and I know it was on I know I retweeted it on our Twitter. So let me find it here because somebody dropped a great tweet about, and if you haven't seen or heard what Kenny Omega said today, you look it up, but more or less. And
if we're talking about Twitter real quick, we're going to be asking for our release from RCA Wrestling. They've not come through contractually with us, so I'm going to be messaging them shortly to ask for our release.
Yes.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it just wasn't going to work. By the way, great poster.
Yes.
that they put out today about.
Oh yeah,
Dynamite.
super colorful.
Yes, very
definitely gets
colorful.
people attention. And Chris Jericho's head's the biggest one on it, so I think you're pretty
is.
smart in
Yep.
that.
Dynamite. I
So
don't love the
I
name.
hate that. I really don't like the name. I really don't.
I mean, they could have just called it AEW. But
They
again,
could have.
it
And I
sounds
get
like-
that you want to have marketing. You want to be able to say, we're watching Raw. I'm watching SmackDown. I'm not watching. And again, they want to be different.
And that's fair because NXT doesn't stand for anything. NXT is like the name. It's not like NXT stands for like
well.
Northern Extreme.
Well, but in the same time,
topical wrestling.
Do you? Maybe that's another reason why they felt like they had to choose a name, because if you're going to be going head to head with NXT, you don't want to just
Right.
be AEW.
Right. And this also allows AEW to have AEW Dynamite, and if they decide for a second show later, to title another show.
Yeah, like Fuse or something. I don't
Right.
know.
It's before the Dynamite. You get it?
But Kenny Omega basically said something along the lines of, that everybody on the NXT roster would be dark matches or openers for his main event, and that that AEW is going to be a top tier program, not developmental. And somebody, he said, tweeted out at Awesome Fanatic on Twitter, said, "Here are the negatives to Omega's comment going around. If you're an NXT talent, you know not to go to AEW because you'll be a dark match act, according to an AEW executive."
Okay.
Hard to argue with there. If/when NXT does beat them in viewership, it makes your company look bad. You got beat by developmental.
That's fair.
So, and I get, don't get me wrong, I understand it's a shot. We're going to see this
Let's be
stuff.
honest. It is a shot. But they are developmental in the WWE. If you want to look at that, it's an old thought about what NXT is, in my opinion.
But
anyway.
I mean,
but they're developmental because the WWE can afford to make them developmental, to teach them the way the WWE wants them
Sure.
to present professional wrestling.
I mean, like,
they're only develop. Trevor
I mean,
Lee
it's not like WCW never had a power plant.
It's yeah, right. It's not like Trevor Lee's cutting his teeth
Sure.
in professional wrestling. He's learning the WWE way to do it. He's learning to not put a ladder in front of hard cam. Things of that nature.
Sure.
Keith Lee, who was just on the Indies a year ago, is no different than MJF, who was just on the Indies a year ago.
Right.
Like, why are we
And I mean, here's the thing.
Why
and,
would you say that?
like, Adam Cole has been in the Indies longer than, or Indies and or ROH, and
Sure.
longer than MJF has been in wrestling.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
I'm not.
Longer than like Luchasaurus has been. Well, Luchasaurus has been around for a while. But like
Jungle Boy.
Like these are like Pro Wrestling Guerrilla West Coast guys.
Yeah.
That are indie wrestlers.
Right.
So to call like what NXT is, which is loaded with former indie wrestlers,
Sure.
but also a lot of Impact talent.
And also, like, Triple H, for lack of a better term, EVP of NXT, has basically been saying for at least the last 6 months, probably longer, that NXT from a WWE standpoint isn't really viewed as developmental anymore. It has become its own brand.
Correct.
Because you have weekly TV, you have 5 pay-per-views a year, which is more than AEW is putting out, I believe, or at least this year. And they are they have touring shows.
Mm-hmm.
They tour. They've toured it through. I think they've done shows in Canada. They've done Northeast.
They had a Toronto takeover.
Yeah, but I mean, I think
tour.
they've
Gotcha.
also done like the house shows.
Okay.
They've done them in the Northeast, Midwest. They've done them out west, Southwest, down obviously southeast corner of the country is that they hit all the time.
Right.
They have two split touring brands.
Right.
They have one that stays in the Florida area, and they have one that goes on the road.
Yes.
So, like,
I feel like everybody forgets that the WWE has this like giant performance center.
yes,
Where like
that is truly
training
developmental.
and development take place.
Like,
Also like rehabilitation for stars that have
Right.
hurt themselves. Like it is top of the line facilities, and to argue that it's not that is it's a bad take.
where's the AEW Performance Center?
Now, Jim, why you got to be?
I'm not trying. Like, I'm just asking a question.
The Jaguars have a nice workout room that they can use.
They probably do
in the off season.
But like, you know what I mean? Like, there is a performance center class where the true developing
correct
of the WWE and NXT superstars happens.
Swerve Strickland was in a performance center class 8 months ago.
Right.
Was introduced to the WWE NXT crowd 2 months ago in like this Futures tournament and is now an NXT roster member.
Yeah.
Again, Swerve, ton of time on the indies, probably didn't need to learn professional wrestling and develop. He was developed into the WWE style.
I mean, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn.
Correct.
Nakamura.
Yes. Nakamura, who's probably one of the best wrestlers in the world today.
Yeah. Like
right. A New
in
Japan,
the world.
Right, New Japan star. Had to go through NXT.
Moxley.
Yeah, sure.
Went through NXT.
Sure did.
Okay. So like and that was when NXT is dramatically different.
Yes.
Than what NXT is now.
Yippers.
So you took a guy who, cut his teeth on the indies, ended up in NXT, ended up on WWE, now he's your guy.
Yep.
Like, everybody knows him. The mainstream audience knows him because of the company that you're crapping on. And again,
I mean, here's the deal. We knew him. We're East Coasters. We knew him from John Moxley from like CZW and the indies around here when he signed. But I would always refer to him as Dean Ambrose.
Yeah.
Until he has moved and went back to the Moxley name. But like the vast majority know him as Dean Ambrose.
Like, guess what? Like, if I'm explaining to somebody,
the vast majority knows the returning Luke Harper, not Brody Lee.
Correct. Case in point, like I was trying to explain to somebody about all AEW starting up, and I was like, because obviously wrestling brain, I'm like, yeah, they got they got Chris Jericho, I was like, they got John Moxley from the W. They're like, who? Will go Dean Ambrose from the Shield. Oh, cool.
Oh yeah, got it.
So sorry, bro. Like, and again, I'm not trying to overly pick at what Kenny Omega said because I get what he's doing. I 100% get what he's doing. It's this is what wrestling in 2019 is, and for the record, I'm here for all of it.
110%.
Like, I even said this last night. Like, I will be watching AEW on Wednesday night, October the 12th, or October the 2nd. I will also be watching NXT on Wednesday, October the 2nd. Like, I will be watching both. Like, I'm here to see what AEW brings.
Right. I want to see it. I want them to impress the hell out of me.
But like, guess what, man? Besides a network glitch, WWE NXT was pretty much flawless last night. Well-oiled machine, and I get it. They're in their home building.
Right.
Everything's safe there.
Sure is.
The only thing that's really different.
Smart for them to do that.
Sure.
Yes,
They could have gone to a 19,000 seater. Probably sold it out.
They could have taken us on the road every week.
Which
is expensive.
Which, like, I mean, the first couple weeks, you're at a big the first show you're at a big boy arena, but then guess what? Those arenas get dramatically smaller pretty quick.
AEW,
yeah,
right.
Because like that was even something Omega like touched on. If you actually saw the full clip, he was talking about you're going to see us in these big arenas. What big arenas?
Right.
You're playing the Liacouras Center in Philadelphia.
Right.
You're not playing the Wells Fargo Center.
Correct.
Like you're playing the Sears Center in Chicago. You're not playing the United Center.
Right.
When you go to Boston, you're not playing TD Garden.
Right.
Like,
and again,
actually, wait, that one might be TD Garden.
That's smart for you not to do that.
100%.
You want those? We sold out. We're a hot brand.
Yeah.
Must have tickets.
Guess
Gotta
what?
see this.
Spoiler alert: a couple of the shows haven't sold out yet. And I get you're a little further away, but
And it sounds like when we say shit like that, I feel like people will think that we're shitting on them.
I'm not.
And we're not. But like,
my point is ticket sales are hard to come by.
When you are like, bah, nothing can stop us because we're selling everything out, and then you don't sell something out, I'm only going to call you out on it because you made that big deal first.
Yeah, guess what? Like Sears Center, Chicago, that's kind of your home base. That's your WrestleMania spot.
Yes.
You're coming back there. Last time I checked, that's been a week or so, that arena wasn't sold out.
Right.
You can't sell out your home base? Because I remember people saying, well, WWE having trouble selling tickets to MSG.
Yeah.
So you can't sell out your smaller home base. That's true. Like, and I'm not saying that's troublesome.
And here's the deal. I don't expect you to sell out every single week
No.
of TV. TV's tougher than a pay-per-view. You probably should sell
When you
out your
go to
first few
Charleston,
pay-per-views.
Wheeling, West Virginia, that's not like you might not sell that one out.
Right, I get that.
When you know, Chattanooga, like I don't know what the ticket sales for wrestling shows for new companies that are just starting up will do in Chattanooga.
In Chattanooga, Tennessee.
I don't know what they'll do in Indianapolis.
Right.
Like Philadelphia, probably expected a sellout. Boston, probably
Philly's a
expected
really
a
good
sellout.
market, though. Always has been.
You know, DC, same
Always a
thing.
good
And it was
market.
the first one. So
Not that far to drive from this area. Like,
yeah,
the central...
like, man, just... And I think my biggest issue, and I've said this every single time,
For
that
them being the new kids on the block, they could be a little more humble.
well, and also like you have 14 EVPs, I think, last time I checked.
Just about.
And every single one of them presents some sort of different opinion about what the brand is, what the company is, what they're not supposed to be, what they are supposed to be. Like, we're not here to compete with anybody. We're here to do us. Also, those guys, you shouldn't see them because they're just developmental. Those are conflicting messages from the people that are in charge of your company.
Like, he went on to say, like, it's weird to say, like, I'm at war because these guys are my friends. And that's fine. And that's
Sure.
there's nothing different between, like, a football team going balls to the wall against a football team and then everybody going out for drinks afterwards. May the best man win. I'm going to kick your ass out on the field. But it's not personal.
Stanley Cup playoffs.
It's
Those guys
business.
kill each other for 4 to 7 games. They shake hands and they're friends.
Right.
When you're on the ice, like, I mean,
Because they're all hockey players. That's the brotherhood of
Yes.
hockey. I get that. These are the brotherhood of professional wrestling. I get that. But then, like, to say, like, it's weird to say we're at a war because we're all brothers, but we're at war.
you're at war.
And then
You're-
then to have Cody be like, we're not at war. Like, we're an alternative.
yeah.
Well, you can't. You got to get on the same page.
If you were truly an alternative, you would have done your show on Thursday night, or you would have waited till SmackDown moved and done it Tuesday night, or you would have done it Saturday night or Sunday night. But you didn't. NXT has always been on Wednesday.
It has been.
And I get that TNT has their limitations as well. There was reason why you did it on Wednesday.
Here's the deal, and this is going to sound ridiculously petty. If there was like another local Central Pennsylvania podcast that started on a Thursday night, I'd be a little peeved about
100%.
it. I really would. Dude, we've been doing this for 5 fucking years.
Yeah.
This is our night. There's 6 other nights for you to go and podcast.
Yes.
And if you take away viewers from us, I'm going to be a little pissed. I really am. And we're in the podcast game. Come on.
Right. No, 100%.
And that's just pride from Ryan. Like,
and guess what? I would come on here and I would probably take shots as well.
you're right. Hey, we listened to your show. You guys don't say professional wrestling. It's a joke. You're a gimmick. Stop.
Yeah. I feel like we did that once with another show that doesn't exist anymore, but I have a hard time remembering.
Yeah.
Because I photoshopped them out or something. Just a couple of quick news items before we bounce out of here. Mike Johnson of PW Insider reports Kathy Kelly is expected to be a part of the upcoming WWE studio show on Fox Sports 1. She'll reportedly split her time between NXT and working on that show.
I like Kathy Kelly.
He confirmed that the show will tape weekly at Fox Studios in Los Angeles. NXT, of course, will air live every Wednesday in Orlando. The report goes on to say the working title for the show is WWE Backstage. That title has not been confirmed by the WWE. Renee Young is still expected to be the host of the show. It has also been rumored that Booker T will be part of the show as well.
You see about Booker Matthews.
Though Johnson notes WWE has been auditioning on-air personalities and Hall of Famers with no mention of Booker T being the co-host.
We should have auditioned, Jim.
We should have. Then we would have to fly to LA once a week. WWE has yet to announce full details for the show, including premiere date and time. In an interview with Busted Open Radio earlier this month, Kelly revealed that she has pitched long-form sit-down interviews at WWE, which I think I don't know if it's kind of a idea of kind of behind like a shoot interview style, but that could be fun as well. And Billy Corgan unveiled a new logo for the National Wrestling Alliance. He says, Georgia, the National Wrestling Alliance is coming home to you, which is why I've gone out of our way to make this very special logo, the flagship symbol for our upcoming television tapings. So basically, it's round. It says National Wrestling Alliance with the state of Georgia and then NWA across the state of Georgia.
Like it.
It's in black, yellow, and white. So pretty cool, old school feel to that. Obviously, with their tapings coming up September 30th and October 1st in Georgia. So and then also this week on their 10 Pounds of Gold series on YouTube, which if you've never checked that out, you should probably check that out. Super good stuff that they've done over there for quite a while. It was announced that Nick Aldis's first NWA World Championship defense on the new TV program would be against former champ and former guest of this program, Tim Storm.
Exciting.
In what was seen as the beginning of a new era for the promotion, Aldis ended Storm's reign as world champion back in December 2017. He'd go on to increase the prestige of both the title and the brand for the following year, defending the title across numerous promotions and even putting it on the line against Cody Rhodes at the All-In event in September 1st of 2018. Rhodes would win the title, which is legendary Father Dusty Rhodes had won 3 times, only drop it back to Aldis 50 days later at NWA's 70th anniversary show. The company's other current champions include NWA World Women's Champion Allison Kay, National Heavyweight Champion James Storm, and NWA World Tag Team Champions Thomas Latimer and Royce Isaacs.
Cool.
So
Definitely will check that out.
Definitely, it is going to be something different there. I know, to the joy of some people and the begrudge to others, Jim Cornette will be on color commentary for those TV tapings. It's the National Wrestling Alliance. I would be shocked if there was anybody else on that call.
Yeah, I agree. Nothing wrong with that.
You know, personal opinions and whatever aside, that is a voice that speaks to the NWA brand.
Yep. I totally agree.
And and this was a thought I had too, and I'm going to make this relatively quick because I know a lot of people I saw saying, well, if Cornette's going to be the commentator, I'm not even going to bother watching the show.
Right.
But I'm like, so that would be like somebody who is a more conservative in nature saying that, well, I'm not going to watch AEW because of Nyla Rose or Sonny Kiss or just the fact that it's wrestling for everyone.
Okay.
Which, I
don't think people are not tuning in for his political views.
Well, I mean, the things that he's said both politically and about certain people in the business.
About the business, right? I don't think anybody gives a shit like he's an anti-Trumper. He's obviously
no. But it's.
I thought when you were talking about AEW, that it was like a political commentary that you were making.
Well, but I mean, but part of the things that he has said about certain people is
he's a gimmick,
right?
He's an asshole. That's his gimmick,
right? But my point is,
he legitimately said I hope G Raver bled out when the botch happened with the light tubes.
Right.
That's a fucked up thing to say.
Well, it absolutely
he's
is
a total asshole. But I'm not going to not watch because of that. It's his opinion,
right? Exactly.
And opinions are like assholes. I'm not going to like them all.
No, but that's the point I'm making is that it would be the same thing as somebody going, well, I'm not going to watch AEW because of Nyla Rose or Sonny Kiss or just that wrestling for everyone.
Right.
Look, give everything. Why wouldn't you give everything a try? If you think you're going to like NWA, just ignore the commentary. I try to ignore commentary in WWE almost every week.
Right.
So it is what it is. All right. Ryan, let people know maybe where they can follow you. Yeah, I've seen you tweet a couple more times.
A little bit more.
It's football season.
Yeah. It's RYN and then the word Eagle. RYNEAGLE at Yahoo. Yeah, that's my email. If I can email me too, I guess. Yeah.
RYN Eagle.
RYN Eagle on Twitter. What the fuck am I talking about?
Make
I'm
sure.
glad this week's over. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie as well. Check out our Instagram for the Woman of the Week this week. And also make sure you go to 3countthursday.com. There you'll be able to find links to our YouTube page. Subscribe to us on all podcast platforms. You will find our Patreon page, patreon.com/3countthursday. Our merchandise over at whatamaneuver.net. Everything, every single thing. Independent shows that we're going to be at or we endorse. Everything's over at 3countthursday.com. Also, our home network is NGSC Sports. You can follow them at ngscsports.com. And the sponsor of this show is Alicia's Pillows and Things. You're decorating your home. You want it to reflect your tastes and likes. So why not add decor that reflects your sports, movie, and TV fandom? Alicia's Pillows and Things is your hookup. They feature pillows of all sizes, stools, and more with your favorite team and characters. Log on to ngscsports.com. Find the Alicia's Pillows and Things tab on the homepage and place your order. Ryan, you gotta.
Tim will get it.
Tim's not here, Ryan. Thank you. It's okay. He'll be back next week. Hopefully. Probably. And then things will be normal. But until next week, folks, stay safe, stay smart, and go for the pin.